Hello and welcome to the beginning web design class for Tuesday, November 10th. I'm going to let you guys in from the waiting room. Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
pretty good. How
Good.
about
I'm doing well, thanks. Alex, how are you doing? I guess his audio is still connecting, so he can't talk to us, but so how about that election last week, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened.
Locked it out. Hi Alex, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. We were just talking about that crazy election last week.
Oh yeah.
Good to put that behind us, tell you that much.
Yeah.
Is it true? One of my friends told me that that I don't know, something that Trump can do, and if it passes, then he'll stay as president. But I'm not sure what he was talking about specifically.
So
Like an override?
what it is it's very unlikely that Trump can win the election by a recount because recounts don't really change the vote that much. In fact, when Trump requested a recount in 2016, it only changed the election by 310 votes. So since Biden is ahead by 10,000 votes in certain states, it's not going to change the election. However, one possibility, although also remote, is each state basically uses the vote to empower a panel of what are called electors, and those electors are the ones who actually put their votes in at the electoral college, right? But some states have laws that say the electors don't have to abide by the will of the people; they can make their own decision. And so, Trump is basically considering the possibility of trying to influence these electors to vote him in instead of Biden. That's one way that he could potentially get in. I don't think it's going to work. Another thing is, and this, well, actually, that's the only possible route I think he has right now. But I don't think it's going to work because um, I think there would be too much. I think it's too steep a hill to climb.
That's
Yeah,
good though.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so let me go ahead and real quick put you guys into the attendance. Edu, and click here and go to, let's see, employees, teach, and then down to attendance. And web design. Okay, got that taken care of. All right, let me go to the class website. .com and web design and beginning web design. Okay. So did you guys you got the email with the information about the new websites on it?
Yes.
Okay. And you guys were able to access those okay and everything?
So sorry I didn't email you back. But I went on it, and for some reason, like, it says page not found. I don't know if that's an issue or.
No, it's not an issue.
That's not, okay.
It does say that, and I don't know why it says that, but all you have to do is put WP-admin after it and then log in and then
Yeah.
create whatever content you want. I think it'll be fine, but let me know if it's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see. Okay. So the idea is that you guys are serving as both the client and the designer to each other. Have you guys had some conversations about this project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are each of you guys going to do again?
Well, I feel like we kind of just narrowed it down to two ideas.
Okay.
I kind of would like to go more in depth, maybe send him more emails on what exactly he would like for
Okay.
the two ideas I picked.
Okay. And then what about you, Alex? Do you have a clear direction yet on what you're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for me as well.
Okay.
We haven't really decided the
The final.
the final. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give you guys some time today to talk about that and figure it out, and then you can work on something and maybe work towards deciding something hopefully today, and then maybe work towards having something next week that we can look at, whether it's like a Photoshop mock-up of a homepage or maybe sketches, like a tree diagram of the website and some sample pictures, maybe a sample color palette, you know what I mean? All these different things that you would present to a client. Okay, great. So we'll give you some time to do that today. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about the Google Fonts plugin. So we have been talking about fonts and stuff, and I want to show you a really easy way to do Google Fonts on a WordPress website. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And what you see here is the website that I use for class, right? And I'm just going to go in to the website, to the dashboard, and go down here to the plugins. And I'm going to show you this font that I have installed. It's called Google Fonts Typography. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and, well, I don't actually want to update it right now because it works really well. And it's easy for me to demo it to you right now, but if I update it, maybe everything changes and I'm like, where the hell?
Yeah, you're like, well,
Okay, but it's so easy to use. It's ridiculously easy to use, right? So with some of these Google font plugins, you have to go and you have to grab code and you have to put it in different places and stuff. But this thing just works, right? So all you have to do is go to settings, and it takes you right into this little window here, right? You're customizing Google Fonts. So basically, it just very quickly and easily lets you set the main pieces of text in your website to certain fonts. So for example, base typography, which is this junk down here, right? It's currently set to the default font, but these are all the fonts that I can choose from that Google has on their server, right? So let's pick something really bizarre. I don't know what any of these are. Super Mercado 1. Okay, you see how it changed, right? See how the font everywhere changed, right? Now, you can make that be the overall font for your website, and it can all be the same. Then for headings, you can change the font. So we'll click on this default font. I'm just trying to pick the weirdest fonts I can so that they'll be really easy to see. Okay, so see how I change this to something called Annie Use Your Telescope, right? And then buttons and input typography. Well, unfortunately, I don't have much in the way of buttons or input. Input would be like when you have a box input form on a website. So, I mean, if I change this one, buttons and input typography, nothing really is going to happen. But in just a couple clicks, you can change the font for your basically your body copy, right? And then you can separately change the font for your headlines. Now, okay, now that we've seen how that works, and of course I can go back to my defaults. And then of course, you would just hit publish. And if you upgrade to the Pro version, you can change the font size and the color all right here. But of course, you can change the font size and color in another part of WordPress anyway. If you just go into appearance and then customize, you can change your font colors in here, and you can change your font size and stuff like that in the Google Customize button, and then you can change the actual typography using that Google Fonts thing, right? Now, let's go ahead and upgrade and see if they give us any, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna update this version. I'm not going to upgrade to Pro, and I just want to see if they give us anything new. Let's see, font loading. Oh, cool. So it looks like I was just looking in the basic section here, but it looks like there's always been this advanced section, and here you can change the site title typography, and that's what will come up right here if you just have a site title. Here you can change your menu typography. Okay, this goes down into like H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6 tags, right? So, sidebar, footer, right? So it really does, even the free version of this really gives you a bunch of different options, right? Now, I like this one because I love nothing better than just click on a drop-down menu and everything changes to the way I want. That's fantastic. But there are different versions of Google Fonts plugins that you can install. If we go in here and we type, Google Fonts, there's just so many different WordPress plugins, right? So here's one called Google Fonts Typo. Oh, that's the one that we're using right now. This is the dead simple one that's just great. Looks like it's got 100,000 people. Oh my gosh, it was updated 9 hours ago. That's a new record, right? But you can see there's all of these other things that will let you do Google Fonts, right? Swap Google Fonts, WP Google Fonts, easy Google Fonts. This one's funny. I've installed this one in the past because it's called Easy Google Fonts, and it's not easy. It's really hard. So I was like, oh, that's a good name to give to a really hard plugin. Anyway, this one's the winner. So install that one and you should be good. Okay. Now the other thing I wanted to do today was just talk about the reading, and also just check in with you guys. So I gave you guys that CSS take-home test. Were you guys able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then did you just send it to me or put it in your Google Drive or?
Yeah, I put it in a drive.
Okay. And you did too, Bernadette?
Yeah, I did too. I was just like, there's some things, it's not perfect. I tried my best, so don't expect like high quality. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Don't expect perfection. Okay, got it. But things made sense to you?
A little bit. I tried to like the background colors I understood, but just some other stuff like I forgot. So I had to try to go back and look. Yeah, so.
Well, really, and that's the purpose of the test, is just to sort of repeat the chore of doing these different things, like changing background colors and stuff like that. So just so okay, that's possible, and here's the code that does it. So when you have to look it up, you know where to look, right? Okay, so let's talk about this reading that you did last week. So let's see, that would be web design, beginning 12, and let's see. Okay, so we have something called CSS icons. So it says how to add icons. The simplest way to add an icon to your HTML page is with an icon library such as Font Awesome. Now, I think I mentioned Font Awesome to you guys, did I?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So Font Awesome icons can be, downloaded with HTML code, but they're also available in Elementor. And so they're just kind of built into the system. Let me see if I can show you an example of these. So I'm going to go dreamco.com/test.
Oh yeah. It's probably on here, but when I was on Elementor putting in my little icons, I didn't know how to change the color, so I just left it gray the whole time. So that's something I'll have to work on.
You mean what, on the CSS test or on what?
No, on my website, the last one.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
couldn't
know how to change the
colors for
color.
the icons. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me finish this and then we'll take a look at that. So, if we go to some pages here, I don't know, this is just random stuff. Edit with Elementor. Okay, so this is just a page that has a table on it, right? But let's say I wanted to put something new on this page. Okay, hold on just one sec. Okay, so I'm going to drag a widget here. And I think what I want to do, oh, an icon, right? So I'll drag an icon down here. And then, let's see. Okay, then you go over here to icon library. And then this is Font Awesome, okay?
Mhm.
So Font Awesome regular, Font Awesome solid, and Font Awesome brass. Now, I believe these are all gray, Bernadette. I think
Oh, okay.
gray is the color that they are. Now, I don't know. It's a good question as to whether or not they can be recolored with CSS. I don't know the answer to that, but let's look it up real quick. I mean, actually, it makes perfect sense that it could be because it's just a font, right? Let's see.
Well, it looked like on the little homework that we did that you could change it. I don't know if you can in Elementor.
Okay. Oh, right. You're wondering if you could in Elementor. Okay. Font Awesome icons automatically inherit CSS size and color.
Hmm.
This means they blend in with text inline wherever you put them. Okay, so they're supposed to do it automatically.
Hmm.
Well, clearly that didn't happen on your site, right?
Yeah. Oh well, next time.
Okay, well, let me try. Let's try right here. So let's just put a big old, let's put this Android guy in. Oh, look, he turned blue. Like my website.
Oh,
See that?
okay.
So, let's go look at your website.
I mean, I'm okay with them being gray. I was just curious, like, just in case I had another website that I didn't want it to be gray.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a good question. Okay, so icons. What you're not talking about these, are you?
No, I'm talking about like my Instagram, like social media icons.
Oh, you're talking about these?
Yeah.
Oh, and those were Font Awesome?
Yeah.
Well, is gray the color that you programmed in to be like your font color and stuff like that? Or you know,
Um,
go ahead.
I don't know. I think so. So it probably is coming out the way I wanted it. So
Yeah, it's probably following whatever you're thinking. I mean, we could totally try messing up your site. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Let me see.
now that I think of it, I did choose gray as one of my colors
Right.
in the
So
site.
let's just change it back. Let's change it to something really obnoxious. So let's see. So global typography. Okay, colors, base colors. I see it as black. Let me go down here to where this thing is. So I don't know. Okay, they don't change there. Okay, let's go down here to theme color. Yeah, they're not changing. So it's not that. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to edit this page with Elementor. Okay. So pages. Let's see, the front page would be here. Oh, shoot, I want edit with Elementor. Okay, edit with Elementor. Okay, so, okay, yeah, sure enough, this is like a font, awesome font, right? You didn't upload that, right? It came from the icon library?
Yeah, it just came from there.
Okay, let's go into style, primary color. Ah, there you go.
Okay, so I could change it there.
Yeah, but now I gotta try and get it back. Oh, shit. I don't know how to get it back. Okay, let's see. I'll try and get it to the, I'm doing the best I can, Bernadette.
That's fine.
Are you gonna change them anyway?
No, I was just curious, like if you
Uh,
could, but
All right, well, hold on. So this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll show you guys a cool trick. So I want to install a new plugin to Firefox here. So I'm gonna look for something called Colorzilla. Okay, it says available on Chrome.
I think there was an undo button on the
Really?
WordPress color thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Where's the undo?
right there on the where it says color picker. Like click on the icon color thing, and then right there the little,
Undo. Oh,
or
but
is that?
it's too late because I closed it already, right?
I think it's what is that?
Oh yeah,
it looks
that
like
was it.
it's
Oh,
That worked. Clear.
I just put the default, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it puts the default. Okay, good man. Thank you. Oh, I don't get to do Colorzilla. Anyway, Colorzilla, if you're interested, is it gives you a little eyedropper and you can use it on websites. And so that's kind of cool.
oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to here. Okay, so we know about Font Awesome. We know it's supposed to follow your CSS, but if it doesn't, we just learned how to fix it. Okay, and then let's go to next. Okay, so CSS links, obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, but the letter A is what indicates that a link is going to happen. So for example, your basic, let me put a new, okay, says this is a link. Let me put period. This is another link. Okay. Okay, now if I wanted to make this word link a link, I would put the /a tag at the end of it, which means close the link tag, and then I would put the a tag before it, right? A stands for link. So we've got the beginning tag and the ending tag. Now, in order for it to be a link, you have to say where you want it to go. So href means where are we sending it? What is the reference that we're sending it to? So you put href, and then you put in like, the full URL of something like yahoo.com, right? Inside of quotes. So href equals this, right? And then when we hit run, this becomes a link, and then this link will take us to Yahoo, right? Now, oh, I'm sorry, I missed something. I missed a little, you have to put an equal sign in there. And so I'll hit run again. And now if I click this, it should take us to Yahoo, but I think they may have locked it down so it won't go anywhere. I think maybe so that malicious software can't run on it. That won't work. But see, this one works. This one takes you back to the main web page, right? But anyway, in general, this will work, right? Now, if you want it to open up in a brand new page, you can put target equals quote underscore blank. And now this still probably won't work. Oh, it did. It opened it in a new page. Okay. So the Yahoo link works because, and it opened a new page because we put underscore blank. Okay. So that's how you do a normal link. Now, if you want to color that link, then up in your style sheet, you can say what color you want links to be. So right here, they have A, which refers to link tags, and the color is hot pink. If we just change the color to green, then all the links are going to be green. So if you very quickly and easily want to change all the link colors on your website, just go into the customize, under appearance customize, and go into custom CSS and put in this little tag, and you'll instantly change the colors of your links. Now there's different kinds of links. There's what we call a normal link, right? There's a link that's already been visited, something that somebody's already clicked on, and that can be a different color. There is a hover color, which is the color that the link turns when you hover over it. And there's an active link, which is essentially the same as just a normal link, right? So really, you can just consider these first three: a normal link, a link that's been visited, and a link that you're hovering over. Okay, so here is a normal link, right? Just, and right now we're in the CSS, adding color and style to the link. So what we're saying is, if you haven't clicked on the link yet, we want it to be red. If you want to make it so once you've clicked on a link, it's considered a visited link, change it to a different color, green. And when you roll over it, turn it into hot pink, okay? So right now, the link, it says this is a link, but the link is green, which means I've clicked on this in the past, okay? It's a visited link. If I roll over it, it turns pink, and that is the hover, a hover, right? Now, if I made a new link on this page that I didn't click on, it should be red. So what I can do is go down here and say, here is my link, right? And then I put the /A after it. Now I'm going to put, now what am I going to type to make a link here?
The href or
What, all right, but what's before that?
A
Right, A, and then href, and then what?
equals quotes.
Okay, and then we'll just put in the name, the URL of the website. And then if we want it to come up in a blank page, we put what?
target
Yep, equals what?
underscore blank or
Perfect. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and don't forget to close your angle brackets on that, right? Okay, so now I've added a new link. I've got the front piece of HTML code and the end piece, right? The beginning and ending closing tags. And oh, it's showing green again. That's really obnoxious. So it says unvisited links should be red, right? And that is not, oh, maybe it's visited because I went to Yahoo already. Let's put NewYorkTimes.com. It turns red for a second and then it goes away. Yeah. All right. Anyway, there's something jacked up about their code. I don't know what it is. That should be red. Let's see. Visited link is green. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's not reading the information correctly. But anyway, as long as you understand how it works, that's fine.
question.
Yeah.
What is on the paragraph tag? They also have like a B. I don't know what that means. Like underneath the E2, they have P and then B.
B stands for bold.
Oh, okay.
B is what's called a deprecated tag. And what that means is when HTML first started out, they used the letter B to mean bold. But after a while, they changed it and they changed it to the word strong, and then end strong. And you
Okay.
watch, see how these are both bold? When I
Mhm.
hit run, see how they're still both bold, right? One of them is using bees and one of them is using strong, and they both work.
Oh, okay.
So deprecated tags still work. They're just not, it's not recommended that you use them anymore. Do you want to know why that changed? Of course you do.
Sure. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. So when they first started HTML, it was being used by what we call first world countries, industrialized nations. And so they could put B in there, and then, it was bold and everybody was happy, right? But as the internet spread throughout the world, every language and every culture had to be included in, being able to do HTML code. And what they found out was that a lot of languages don't have any word that means bold. They didn't have a word that meant bold. But every single language had a word that meant strong. So that meant that if they used the word strong, it could translate into other languages.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, one other thing that they did was you used to have the letter I for italics, right? And what they did, I think it's the same kind of thing, not every language had the word italics, but they did have something for emphasis. So EM, which is short for emphasis, is now the current code that you're supposed to use for italics.
Wouldn't that be confusing though? I mean, isn't EM like the measurement used for, so
Yes, you're right, it is, but that's the current standard.
it's like I want EM. No, I want the other EM. Like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly. It's confusing. Okay, let's go down here. I'm glad you remember that other EM though, that's good. Now, a text decoration is a way to add something fancy to text. In most cases, something like an underline. Okay, in this case, what's happening is when you hover over the text, they want it to be underlined so that it looks like it is a link, right? Now, I think there's something called an overline, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks like your link is upside down, right? Now check this out. You want to see something really bizarre? Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. I was hoping I'd get both of them. Oh, all right. Well, okay. So yeah, you can do that, and there's all kinds of decorations you could do. You could make what if we wanted the back, let's see, let's try, what if we wanted the background to turn red? Oh, it doesn't work. That sucks. Here, let me try it probably won't work. I don't know what they're doing that. Yeah, it's ignoring me. Okay.
That should work.
Yeah. I mean, they've had to lock some of the code down in this, and some things I may just be forgetting or doing incorrectly, but they can't allow people, malicious actors, to put certain code in there. So, oh wait, here we go. Look, it's showing right here the thing I was trying to do.
Maybe it limits itself because it wants you to do the
One thing.
tutorial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay. So here it is, changing the background color like I was trying to do. Okay. All right, now link buttons. Okay, this example demonstrates a more advanced example where we can combine several CSS properties to display links as boxes or buttons. Now, nowadays, link buttons are very popular because before, in the early days of the web, you just have to have text and link it. But now it looks really nice when you have an actual button, and you can make that with CSS, right? So here's a button. It does have a hover component. A hover changes the background color to red, because right now the color is a slightly orange red, and then when you change over it becomes a more intense red. And by the way, the reason that you do hovers on things is to let people know that they're active, right? If this is a button and somebody rolls over and it changes, then they're like, oh, if I click on this, something's going to happen. That's what you're informing. Now, this link right here, the fact that it's a button, that the button is this size and it has this background color and the hover, is all being created right here in this code. All right. So we say if there's any links on this page, whether they're a normal link or a link that somebody's clicked on already, we want to apply all of these factors to it, right? Now, color, you'll have to remember, refers to the text color, right? The background color is this orangey red. The padding is what takes the content and pushes the background color out away from it. So by the padding being 14 pixels on top and bottom and 25 pixels on the sides, it makes something that looks like a rectangle. We're aligning the text in the center. We don't want there to be any underline or anything that happens when you roll over the link. And what we want to display is the text in something called an inline block, which means it will just kind of come up inside of this div right here, right? Now let's make some changes to this. So it's easy enough. You know, if we want the background of it to be blue, right? If we want to change the padding on it, what if we want to make our button a kind of a square or something? Let's see. Well, I guess that's not a square. I guess it would have to be pretty ginormous on the top and the bottom to be a square. I don't know that I'm going to get it. I'm just trying to, oh, it's pretty close. It's still not, it's technically not a square yet because it's not a perfect size. That's a little closer, right? Okay, so you can do anything you want. You just change these settings and your button changes with you, okay? Let's see. Okay, and here's a bunch more examples of buttons. So it says this link changes text decoration. Wow, check this out. This link will change the font. Now, I don't recommend that you do this because it looks like something went wrong. Do you know what I mean? This link changes the background color. I don't recommend you do this one either because it also looks like, it looks very amateurish, you know? I would say that changing a link color is probably the most that you want to do, and or putting an underline under it, right? Okay, and then let's see. Okay, here's some more examples for us. Okay, this is just a box, you know, basically a div. Well, it's content that has padding around it, and then there's a border around it, and then when you roll over it, the whole thing gets a background color. So you can see, right here, here's the border that's being created around that whole thing. Okay, let's see. Well, apparently this thing isn't working. Oh wait, I think one of them, let's see. Okay, yeah, so that's some crappy code. But anyway, let me try this page on Chrome and see if we have any better luck. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I clicked on the correct one. Oh yeah, yeah. Do you see this? Here in Chrome, it's working. You see how it's changing the cursor?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's changing to arrows that point in different directions. There it's the
Oh, okay.
yeah. Now, what's a little disturbing about this is that it didn't work in Firefox. So, you know, if you deploy code, make sure it works everywhere, right? Okay, let's test ourselves with some exercises. Okay, set the color for links to green. How do we do that? What's the what will we put in here?
A,
Right?
right? We'll take that first.
And then what? After that?
Li.
No, we have to put something else.
Mm.
We're going to define a style now. We've already put the name of the style, so now we
The
put
curly brackets.
yeah, we put curly brackets, which will define what the style is. Now, what do we put?
Color.
Yeah.
Right, and then what?
Semicolon.
No,
No.
colon.
Yeah.
And then what? We want to set the links to green.
Green.
And then what? Bernadette?
Semicolon.
Semicolon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, check my code. There it is, links green. Okay, good. Next exercise. Set the color for unvisited links to red and the color for visited links to blue. Okay, so how do we set, how would we create code for a visited link?
So make another like a backslash with that little asterisk thing, like kind of what they did with the mouse overlink. Or
This is just, by the way, this is just a comment.
oh, okay, so it's not nothing to do
All
with.
it does is tell you what they're doing. So we have to
Okay.
type the actual style,
Do A colon visited
right?
or unvisited actually for
Or red.
yeah, for the red.
Okay, and then what?
And then add the color red after the curly brackets.
Okay, curly brackets and then color red.
Yeah. With the tab.
What did I do?
A tab before the color. Actually, I don't think that would affect it, but
Oh no, yeah, that won't affect it. Let's see, no A link, no A visits. Okay, well, I don't care about that shit. Let's see now, if I click on this, it should turn red, right? Oh, no, when I
what
come
is
back, it should be red. Oh, it's purple. Oh no, I'm sorry. Unvisited links were supposed to be red.
yeah.
Oh, shoot, but I already it wasn't red though, right?
No. But
Uh,
it says selector
oh,
found.
I'm sorry. There is no thing unvisited. An unvisited link is just link. There's only link and then there's visited links. Does that make sense?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so let me put this in here. Let me put a new link in. So we'll say a href equals http let's see, www.cbs.com and then we'll say link and then we'll say /a. See that?
Mm.
An unvisited link is just the word link.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Now, a visited link actually use the word visited, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a : visited. We got to put that right next to the other one. Okay, and then we go color blue. They want visited links to be blue. Okay, and now that one turns blue.
Oh yeah, because it was visited because it was purple before.
Right. Yeah, so that is correct. Okay, so let's see. I think Bernadette's. Oh, there she is. Her internet just broke off for a second. So, okay, let's see. That was this one right here. So we got the fourth exercise to do. Let's see. So set the background color for visited and unvisited links to light blue and the background color for the hover and active link states to yellow. Okay, Bernadette, are you there?
Yeah, I hate this internet. It just acts up. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask each one of you guys to do one of these things. So first, Alex, how would we set the background color for visited and unvisited links to light blue?
So under the A link in the style, you would add background color, colon, light blue, semicolon.
Background dash color colon light blue semicolon. And then that would also be where?
What is unvisited links? Oh, set the background color for visited and oh, okay, under that one as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so once again, an unvisited link is just a link, right? Okay, so then we check our code and sure enough, that turns light blue. Okay, now Bernadette, how do we set the background color for the hover and the active link states to yellow?
Okay, so you said the hover ones.
The hover and the active link want to be yellow.
So kind of the same thing with the other ones. So under the A hover one,
Yep.
you do background color
Uh-huh.
and then yellow instead of light blue.
Okay.
And then on the active link, do the same thing.
Okay. And so there's the hover for you. Okay, very good, very good. All right, so let's see. So, I try not to do too much code at any one time because you can start to lose your attention and stuff like that. Do you guys want to do a little more code examples here, or would you rather spend some time talking to each other and figuring out what you're going to do for this next project?
I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do.
What do you want to
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for either. What was the? Did you have any other code things that you wanted us to do?
Well, there's some more pages of code here that was in the reading, and we can look at that unless you guys are just done with code for the day, or you guys could just start talking about your projects.
Well, I feel like I looked at the icons and the links ones a lot more than I did. Like I looked at the lists and tables, but kind of just glanced over them. So maybe next week I could look at them more in depth.
Okay. All right. Well, then why don't you take the rest of the period, talk to each other. In fact, I can just leave this chat open and you guys can just talk to each other. Or you can talk through text or email or whatever you want. And decide what each one of you is going to do, and then make a plan what your deliverables are going to be for the client next week. So in other words, Bernadette agrees she's going to do a realty site for Alex, and what his expectation is she's going to have a Photoshop mock-up of a homepage that has some pictures of Southwestern architecture. She's going to have a color palette, and she's going to sketch out, a couple logo ideas for, bold architecture Inc. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
some kind of plan like that.
I have a question about so we sent each other options for the sites that we want. So basically the options that I sent to Bernadette, I'm making one of those options,
No.
or they're making one of the options.
So the options you sent to Bernadette, she's going to pick which one she wants to do, and that's what she is going to do for you.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Let me show you. I want to show you my conversation because we're doing this, exercise in the advanced class as well. And I want to show you a follow-up email I got from my partner in the class, who's Heather. Let's see. Okay. So I can't recall. I think I showed you. Did I show you guys the first part of these emails last week?
Yeah.
I think you did.
Right. So I gave her 3 choices. She gave me 3 choices. She decided to do. scary toys. She decided to make a something that would have toys that would scare children. And she made a little, I know, she made a little mock-up in XD, right? So here it is. Okay, so here it is. I didn't give her a name for the company yet. This was one approach that she made. She went to colorlovers.com and found a color palette, and she made this mock-up for me, right? And we talked, and I said, hey, Heather, this is interesting. This is a website that would appeal to adults to buy these scary toys. I said, could you make me a mock-up that would show what it would be like if it was meant to appeal to kids? Now, when the two of you are working together, I don't expect you to say, oh, this is for Southwestern architecture. Could you show me what New York architecture would look, right?
Yeah.
I just told her that because it seemed like she was deciding and she wanted a challenge and everything. So I gave her one more thing to do, right? Now, let me show you what her choices for me and the follow-up. So then, she gave me these 3 ideas, which I think I told you guys about, right?
Yeah.
And then I made a choice. I chose the hipster clothing site. And then, I sent her a link and I said, hey, here's a bunch of Astra templates. Which one of these do you think might be good for this store that I'm building for you? And so she went through here and she said, oh, I like this one right here. I like this one for your resale clothing shop for hipsters, right? So I said, okay, fine. I've got Astra. I can use this template, right? But then I wrote her back and I said, well, what do you want me to do about a logo? I said, do you want it to look, I wrote her back and I said, let me see if I can find my message. Oh, here we go. I said, that works great for me. I will work on putting a mock-up together. Are you thinking of me having me create a Buffalo Exchange type of site? You guys familiar with Buffalo Exchange?
Yeah.
Like a thrift store kind of thing. I
Right,
think.
right. And so it's a resale store focusing on clothing, right? And so she wrote me back and she said, oh, and I said, do you want me to come up with the name for the site, or I said, do you want to come up with the name for the site? Do you want me to do it? And do you also want me to create a logo? And I said, my understanding is your client base is young adults, hipsters with a slight Western theme. So this is what she wrote me back. Remember, she's the client in this exchange. I was thinking of something similar to www.creations24.com. Okay. So this kind of site, right? With its pastel-like palette and simplicity. For the name, I was thinking Frontier, and for the logo, a cow brand with a scroll font FT for Frontier Thrift. It can just be in black and white, or you can choose whatever colors you'd like to use for that and the rest of the site. Also, I'll be sending you the other design for kids so you can give me feedback on it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so see how she gave me some direction?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for each of you to make a decision based on the options the other person provided. You tell them which one of those things you wanted, and then you say, okay, now give me some direction. Am I going to do the logo? Am I going to come up with the name? Are you going to do any of that stuff? Can I go in any direction with the design, or do you want industrial or modern or nostalgic? You know what I mean? And so you collect as much information as you can from the client, which is your partner, and then ask them questions about anything that you didn't get, and then go ahead and create something for them, right? So now my homework is I got to use probably XD to create a mock-up for Heather that fits all of her requirements. Now, the reason I like using XD is because after you could use Photoshop, but if you use XD, after you make the homepage mock-up, you can make other page mock-ups and then you can link them together in XD, right? when you hit play, this becomes an actual live page that you can click on links that you put in there and show the client what the website will look like, right? Are you guys familiar with using XD?
Yeah.
I used it. I understand. It's kind of like Illustrator a little bit, but how do you link things? I forgot how you
Well,
did that.
yeah, so what you do is, so clicking on this thing will make a new page.
Okay.
So I'll make a new page here, right? And then this page is called Artboard 1. So I can give it a new name like Destination, right? Oops, I guess I put a couple pages in there. Now let's see. It's been a while since I did a link to Burnett, so I'm going to try and figure it out. So you click, I got to stop making pages. Okay, so we click on an area. Let's see if we can figure this out together. We click on an area. Oh, it says link assets. Get started by linking assets from existing. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is. We're gonna have to figure it out. Let's see. Components, layers. Oh shit, I don't remember how to do a link either. Right click. Oh shoot. I thought, I thought there was something where you just dragged it over, but we need to see the icon. Okay, where is it? Somebody help me out here.
Maybe the link assets is what you click.
No, that's like
Oh, that's from like like your separate documents.
yeah, I don't it's going to be in here somewhere. So, let's see. Uh let me look real quick and see if I can find it. So assets,
Prototype.
all assets, colors. Let's see. These are just shapes. Boy, this is a good program, but you think it would be easier than this, don't you? Don't you?
Do you have to click on something in her menu or like click on shop or?
No, but it's not giving us anything really clear. Let's see.
Try the prototype.
What?
Prototype up top
Oh,
left.
oh, you're exactly right. You have to be in a certain mode. Uh, let's see. No, that's for transitions. You do have to be, I'm pretty sure you have to be in the design mode to do the links, right? All right, and I'm what's this little thing? Invite to doc. Okay, so let me just look real quick. Object, plugins. Wow, what a bummer. Okay, let's just look it up real quick because it's worth looking up. I wish it were how to link pages in XD. I wish it were more obvious.
And once we figure out the link, we shouldn't send a PDF of the XD or just send them a link to get to XD. I don't understand how that works.
See, what it says is, it says that you should just be able to drag, create an action from one screen to another, select an object and drag the blue arrow. So I think, let's go back to the prototype. Click on, oh yeah, that's it. Look, you just click on this and you drag that.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
You have to be in prototype, right? And then when you play it, when you click on this, it takes you to that page. So so Alex was actually right. I said you have to be in design mode, but to make it interactive, you have to be in prototype mode.
Oh, okay.
So, if you guys are used to designing in Illustrator or Photoshop or something like that, you can do your design in there and then just paste it in here, copy and paste it into here. And then link your pages together to make a nice wireframe for your client. And you can also do things like Heather did. You could put the logo up here. You could put a color palette up here. You could even put sketches on individual pages. I mean, you could just bring this program up and share it with, you could basically send your client, well, you're fortunate in that your client is a designer, right? But you could send your client an XD file that has all your junk in it and say, hey, take a look at this and give me some feedback. you know.
Question about the sending them, like if I send Alex like an XD file, I can't really send it through regular Gmail because sometimes it has weird stuff. Like it won't be able. Should we make um, a folder in Google Docs?
Yeah, I would highly recommend making a Google Drive folder and sharing it with Alex, and then
Okay.
just put everything in there that you want him to see. And then
All right.
what the other advantage to that, if you both do that, is then we as a class can peek in and look at the things you design and talk about.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So why don't you guys spend some time working on that? And then when you're done, you know, just we'll just call it a day. Now, do you want me to leave? I'm going to turn my video off, but do you want me to leave the audio on so you guys can talk, or are you going to communicate some other way?
Um, I
I mean, we could talk about it for like 10 minutes or so, and then figure out what we're gonna do.
All right. I'm just going to turn my video off. You guys talk, and when you're done, you know, we'll call it the end of the class. You guys just go and work on your stuff. Okay.
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 Cool.
Thanks, guys. And
Mhm.
I did put some more links to more CSS tutorials on the website for today. So take a look at that reading for next week. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. So Bernadette, what site do you want to do?
I was kind of interested in the first one that you gave me. I think it was like something for like music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the other one, I'm trying to think, it was the second option you gave me. It was
It
like,
was the cat site.
yeah, I wasn't too sure like what it would be. And I know like cat breeding or different types of cats. Like, is that like
Yeah.
an adoption site or?
It would be more like a wiki site, like a Wikipedia, just like
Oh,
information,
okay.
pretty much.
Okay, I get
Um.
that.
So if you do the music library site, basically I would be telling you how I would want that site done, right?
I think so. So are you thinking like kind of like a streaming, not a streaming service? Well, kind of like, I guess
Uh,
like Spotify or Pandora. Is that kind of what you're
yeah,
looking
yeah,
for?
exactly like that. Um, Basically it would just be like a site, and like uh you could choose the artists that you want, or I could give you artists, and then just
Yeah.
find a way to implement like a media player onto the website, and maybe like a profile about the person or
Okay.
something like that.
Well, do I have to put in music? I mean, if it's just for this project, I don't know if I have to, not unless you want to give me the music.
Yeah, I can just send you like MP3 files,
Yeah.
and you should be able to use those.
Okay. I kind of like that idea. It's pretty fun. Do you have any like names in mind or like colors, or do you want it like, well, I'm guessing if you want it kind of like Spotify, it's modern anyway.
I actually kind of wanted it to be like a like more retro,
Okay.
like a, I don't know, I guess like an old style type of website. Um, like not crazy modern, but like, like the old
Okay.
like MySpace website, something like that.
Okay. I never had a MySpace,
I
so
mean,
I'll have to
neither.
look it up.
Yeah, no, neither did I, but I like the aesthetic of like old websites.
Okay.
So
Kind of
yeah,
like an old 2000,
yeah, exactly.
like computer.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm trying to picture it in my head. Yeah, I'll have to look up MySpace, and I
Okay.
never used it.
It's basically, you could even look up like SoundCloud when SoundCloud first launched. I'm sure it looked way different back then than it did
Okay,
now. Yeah.
all right. So in colors, you don't want it super, or I don't know. What kind of colors do you think?
I'm not even too sure yet. I'm just thinking some sort of like retro simple music
Okay.
library site.
Do you have a name in mind, or do you want me to name it?
Um, yeah, I don't know actually. something that I
Okay.
have to think about, or you can come up with ideas too, and I'm sure,
Okay.
yeah. And then for the other website, I was thinking of doing the online art store.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would want, or if you have any ideas for that.
Well, it was just kind of an inspiration because I do like to paint a lot. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
actually painted in a while because of class, but I do like a lot more like oil painting. Um, if I was going to make a website for it, I'd kind of like minimalistic, kind of just a white background. Um, maybe not too traditional. I don't know about like, I don't think I would have like serif fonts, maybe some.
Okay.
Um, maybe I could show you some ideas of the stuff I like send you a
Yeah.
board. Um,
And would the site be selling like tangible art or digital art or both?
I feel like you could do both.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could do like prints. So like you could sell like the original like canvas or and then you could send like regular paper prints.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and then digital, like you said. And then you can come up with the pricing, just make up random stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of like very minimalistic. Because the stuff I like is kind of realistic, but kind of not. Um, bright colors. I just kind of like when you walk into like an art gallery, like you have
Mm,
white walls, but the art speaks for itself, kind of thing.
okay.
So just simple, but the art is the main focus. Um, yeah, I don't have a name yet.
Okay. I'm sure we'll email each other specific things later on.
Okay, and maybe later I could send you like a invite to like a Google Drive folder or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't know of any WordPress styles that you would want. I could probably look into those.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Uh,
then you had mentioned that you wanted to do it from scratch.
yeah. I was actually gonna ask Greg that. I'm not sure if he wants to do WordPress, but kind of wanted to attempt it from scratch.
Oh, yeah, I would like to see that. I'm obviously not very skilled in coding right now. I'm just learning. So it'd be interesting to see how it turns out from scratch.
Are you gonna use Adobe XD as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I could send when I'm finished with the little mock-up, I could send it to you through Google Drive.
Okay. I'll probably mock up some logos in Illustrator as well.
Yeah, I'll probably do that through Illustrator, but the actual website, like I'll do
Mhm.
Illustrator like mock-up for like your colors, your name, your logo, other stuff.
Sounds good.
And I'll probably send that through PDF so I could send that to you like just regular email.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Greg, I'm not sure if you're still there, but yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm still here. So you guys are all done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, Alex, you can of course make that from scratch if you want.
Okay. I just want to like pretty much attempt it, and if I'm struggling with it, then I'll probably switch to WordPress.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.
Okay, guys, have a good week and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.